Welcome back. Let's get it. Roll the intro music.
Hey, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about the pandemic because that's something that a lot of people are going through, especially people our age because no one who is a teenager wants to be bundled up inside their home, not having the ability to go outside. Like I'm sure everybody can agree. We all want to go out,
Yeah.
hang out with our
Yeah.
friends. No one
Yeah.
wants to sit inside, but we have no choice. This is something that we're all faced with. We all have to go through, and it'll end at some point. But right now, it's just the norm for
Yeah,
everyone.
I don't even know. Like, when do you guys think this is gonna end? I feel like maybe 2 years we'll probably get back to maybe normal.
Maybe I think the normal from now on. My prediction is that the normal is going to be wearing masks. Like even
Yeah.
if they're not required, I think masks make sense. Like I,
Yeah.
I just noticed how not how disgusting it is to not wear a mask. Because like I used to go on the subway to like go somewhere and people would sneeze on me. People would cough and then put their hand on the pole and
Oh
I'd
yeah,
be I
that's
just think it's
horrible.
fine and I'd grab it. But now that we have that ability to wear masks and it's normal, I could stay a lot more safe,
Like
you
I
know?
know in like countries like Asian countries like South Korea and Japan, like wearing a mask when you're sick is kind of like respect for
Yeah, it's
the people
respect. Yeah.
you're around because it not only keeps them safe from getting sick, but like also it contains like yourself. So it does make sense to wear a mask
Yeah.
during this pandemic.
And especially since people now still refuse to wear masks. I'm not saying everyone, I'm just saying a certain handful of people.
Yeah, there's
It
definitely
just it
their
just doesn't
group.
make sense, you know? But
That's
yeah.
it's good though. Not only for this whole entire COVID thing in general, like you said, Amelia. I think in like there's so much pollution in our world too. So I
Mm.
think that also helps with that. So masks are very important.
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's why you should always wear it no matter where you go. Always wear your mask. Stay safe. You know, if you have to leave the house, make sure to bring a mask. Make sure to use hand
Social
sanitizer.
distance, guys.
Social
Yeah.
distancing, yes, of course.
As simple as this is, it's going to help in the long run 100%. As the last time I'm going to say that this episode. Just want to put that out there. That's the last time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've all are experiencing it, and one by one, it's all affected us differently in different ways.
Of
For
course.
instance, like for me, it's taken away the high school experience because I mean, we're all three of us are in high school, and we
Mhm.
can't go to like those football games and those basketball games or go to certain clubs because of this pandemic, and that kind of sucks. It really puts a damper on that stuff because you only get one chance at high school. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Exactly.
like yeah, you can go back and fail. Like you know what I mean?
What?
You
Like
can
you can
fail.
fail and like repeat the year, but like
But
you know what I mean?
that's not what you wanna do.
Yeah,
That's not the
that's
way
just
to go about it.
it's not how it's
Like, of
supposed to
course,
work.
there's always college, but high school is, like, something everyone's told us to look forward to our whole
Yeah.
lives. They always told us
Yeah.
that high school's the big experience. High school, you're gonna go to parties, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna need to study to get into college. But now because of this, it's sort of been, like, stripped away from us.
Yeah, no, literally. It's literally now it was a person and now it's just a skeleton. That's literally how I view it.
Yeah.
It's
That's
that's
a
what
good
it
one, I
is.
like that.
Yeah, that's my little, diagram.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess for me, like, before I begin, I just want to say sorry to everybody I ghosted over the past 8 months.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Just call yourself out like that.
yes,
Self-awareness.
because like it's not that I chose to like ignore people. I just didn't want to text anyone. I just talked to a certain group of friends on Discord. I'm like the type of person who would rather have a small group of like close friends rather than a big group of friends that I don't even know that well. So just keeping in
Yeah.
touch with that small group of friends just I don't know, makes me happy. So I just chose to do that. But for me, I think like Kaylee mentioned, school like of course the experience like with friends and stuff is really just experiencing that in high school is really good. and people talk to you about it like all the time. But like school itself, like education wise, for me, there were definitely times when I was like struggling, and I don't know if that goes for
Yeah.
Amelia and Kaylee
No,
No,
too.
a lot. Yeah.
education during this pandemic has been a struggle because I've always had issues with focusing in school, and now that I'm at home and I'm doing my classes online, it's so hard for me to focus on something when I have like dogs running around the house. I have my phone. I could click a pen here because I'm on mute and no one's gonna hear it. So I'll find myself sitting here with a pen, clicking it 100 times, and I
Yeah,
can't
no,
focus.
that's true. There's so many distractions, but I mean, in some aspects, it all depends on the teacher and how they're teaching it. And which
Hmm.
really sucks though is that half the teachers, they aren't as new. No, they are new with technology,
They're not.
and
They're not advanced in it.
they're yeah, exactly. They're not acclimated to it, so it's really difficult for them because I know in their hearts they're probably super good teachers. It's just like, dude, I can't do geometry. As easy as it
And
is,
I can't do chem.
and I could do chem. Exactly. I
Maybe
could
it's
do
just
chem
us.
to
Maybe it's
help
just
you.
us.
And maybe
It
it's
is.
just us. Yeah.
I'm not blaming the teachers because they're trying their hardest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you go to learn to be a teacher, you're not taught how to handle teaching through a pandemic. This is new to all of them. This is also new to us. It's a whole experience that no one's ever gone through. It's not in a handbook for teachers. It's new to them and it's new to us, so it's difficult for both groups to understand what we're going through. Like
Yeah. No, you're right.
for for me, the pandemic, it I want to say shaped me because I went through a lot of changes. I mean, not even physically. Of course, I changed my hair like hundreds of
Yeah.
times during the pandemic.
I don't even know what color you're
I
on
went
now.
through
You're on
four
black,
different
right?
colors. I have black hair now, but I started with red. I went on to what was it? Black. Then
Blue?
I
I
went to blonde. No,
no,
red,
no,
black,
wait.
blonde,
Pink. You went
pink,
to some
and
pinks,
now
yeah.
it's black again. Now I went through 5 colors in the span of like 8 months. And I also mean like I built inside of me, I built my person up more, you know? I was never not that I wasn't confident, but I was scared to speak out about certain things, and this pandemic really opened my eyes on how if I have a voice, I should be able to use it. And there were a bunch of things that went on during the pandemic, like the Black Lives Matter movement, and I spoke out on it because I knew that in my heart I wanted to, and I was like, nothing is stopping me. I spoke my truth. I Black lives do matter. They always will matter. And I think that's
Yep.
what's
Hmm.
important. What's important is that you speak who you are, just like me. I went through a bunch of things during the pandemic. Like I know both of them know. I went through
Yeah.
a breakup. um,
Yeah.
I made
Wow. I
friends.
actually forgot that happened. This pandemic's going on for
Yeah,
such a long time. Okay.
it
Yeah.
feels like it's been years, but I
Yeah.
made friends. I lost friends. I I lost a lot, but then I gained a lot too.
I
All
think
those
this is
losses.
also it also shows you, just like you said, those losses. It also
Mhm.
shows you what's important, like who really wants to stick by you
Yeah.
and who would rather just walk away.
Yeah.
So,
You're
yeah.
100% right. Sometimes it as hard as it is to lose all those people, it really built me up because I noticed that I know who my closest friends are and that they'll always be there for me. Like they will always be by my side. Even if people come and go, I'll always have Kaylee. I'll always have Alyssa. And that's what's important, you know?
Yeah, no.
That's what the pandemic
That's
was
yeah.
for me. It was a self-discovery more than anything. And I'm honestly really happy about that. That I discovered all of that. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys had a
No,
self-discovery
I
moment.
definitely had some self-discovery. I don't know if it was as big as that. I never really had a big group of friends, to tell you the truth. I was more of like I don't want to say I'm shy, but communication is not my favorite part, and I'm trying to get better at it. I think we all know that because
Yes,
I've
yes.
told you so many times I'm not
Of
good with
course.
communication. So I've actually been getting a little bit better at that. I think this pandemic has secluded me more to meeting people like online, right? That sounds really sketchy, but
No, yeah, yeah. I know what
Kids
you
my
mean.
age, like I've met a lot of more kids my age, and I've been able to talk to them not only in voice chat but like texting wise. And I've met so many awesome people, and
Me
I think
too.
I just it kind of amazes me because if it never happened, I would have never met these people. You know, it's like a domino effect kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
It's like you meet one person and then you meet like this other person and you meet their friend and then
exactly,
their
yeah,
friend.
exactly. And it's just really crazy because my emotions have been a lot brighter because every person has either a story to tell or some other thing to say, and it could either bring a smile to your face or it could bring a frown to your face. But either
Mhm.
way, you're learning something from it, and I think that's really awesome. But
Yeah.
I've also had like besides gaining friends in that way, I've also had some losses, and I'm not just talking about like friends, but like
Mhm.
this like passing away because of this pandemic,
Yeah. We've all
and
experienced losses.
it 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 kind of shows you that life can be taken away very fast without you even knowing it. So,
Mhm.
you
Appreciate the
should
small things.
appreciate the small things. So, like, if you're either talking back to your mom or something like that, which I do that sometimes by accident, I don't mean it. It just happens. You
It
know what I
just
mean?
happens.
It
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
happens. But you have to realize what you did and you have to own up to it. Always own up to your actions, especially if they're wrong, and
Yeah.
apologize for it
Always be the
because
bigger man.
always be the bigger man. Because what's going to happen is you forget to apologize or you don't. And as small as that thing is, it's going to affect you in the long run and it's going to be
Exactly.
awful.
Exactly.
But that's how the pandemic's affected me a little bit. And it's
Me
still affecting
too.
me because we're still going
We're
through it.
still going through it,
We're
and a
still
lot
going
more
through
is
it.
gonna change.
A lot more is going to change. I think it's going to change in a good way, though.
Yeah, of
As
course.
horrible as this experience is for a lot of people, there's definitely the good times in there.
Mhm.
Definitely the good times.
I think just we need time to make this better, and that's what we're going through. For me, you guys have like great experiences, like self-discovery, making new friends. Mine, my pandemic over the past 8 months has been. How do I explain this? Like, it's not normal because we're staying home, but I guess like nothing really happened except just talking to Amelia and Kaylee and like a bunch of other friends like virtually. But like, I think school I don't wanna talk about school a lot, but, like, school during this pandemic is definitely a change. We're going all virtual, all online. I think towards the end of freshman year was when I discovered that what I do now is gonna affect my future, and if I don't think about what I'm gonna do, then what am I gonna pursue in the future, you know? So, I think that's when my stress levels just increased at the end of freshman year because we were supposed to have finals, but we didn't end up doing that because of the pandemic, and we had, like, final projects or, like, final exams, and there was an exam, like, it was all assigned on 1 week. Personally, I don't like when teachers do that, when they just put work on students for an entire week, and it's, like, kind of like a 1 week notice before. It just kinda stressed me out, I don't know. But now I know how to deal with it, sort of. It's just time management and, like, procrastination, like, play a part in this, so I think
Yeah, no, I think that's right. I mean, I don't know about Amelia, but I've definitely
mhm,
had some stress with with this stuff
Definitely.
because I've also had teachers who would put a bunch of exams on one day, or the times would be mixed up. Like we would have one test for 30 minutes and the other test for 50 or 2 days, which sounds absurd, but that's how it worked because no one knew how to do anything. So stress levels did increase, but for me, it wasn't as bad because I had you guys.
Yeah, we always helped each other through
We
it.
always
Like
help
if
each
mhm,
other.
if we had a homework assignment that one person didn't know how to do, the other person, if they were good in that subject, we'd always help each other out. That's how I sometimes help Kaylee out in geometry and she helps me out in chem. It's
Yeah, it just works both ways. So I
yeah,
mean, if you even if you don't know anyone in that class who could help you, reach out to someone, and who knows, could be your best friend the next year or something.
exactly. And YouTube. YouTube is your best friend when it comes to doing
YouTube is your
homework
best friend.
assignments.
Ooh, I learned a lot of stuff on YouTube.
And
I've had
Quizlet. sorry,
oh my
sorry, my voice. It's
Free
something.
plug. Free
Yeah.
plug. Oh, you should go subscribe to our YouTube channel at A.K.A.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Make
it's
sure
a
to make
pretty
sure
cool
to check us
channel.
out there.
Yeah, it's growing. You could be part of the support,
Yep.
and we'd really appreciate it
Of course. Of course.
if you did.
At the start of the pandemic, I think everything was really new to me. At first, I was a stickler on the rules of like don't go out. Even if I need to get groceries, I wouldn't go out because I was scared of getting sick. Like now when I do go out, I always bring my mask. But I I was really nervous about the world at the time because I had the thought of how long is this going to be? And then I was also very hopeful because I'd set not goals for myself, but I'd set a time. I like for example, I'd say, "Oh, by summer it's going to end." And then when summer rolls up and it hasn't ended, I'd say like, "Oh, by Christmas it'll be over, right?" And I was hopeful like that when I realized later on that despite it being good to be hopeful, I need to realize that this is the reality and I shouldn't force it to I shouldn't be miserable through it because it is what is going on now and I need to live in the moment and not dread about the future. Like
Yeah, exactly.
now I feel accustomed to it, to say the least. I'm normal with wearing masks. I'm fine with going out with a mask, of course. And I think staying at home isn't even that bad. Like I don't mind because that's what I need to do. If that's what I need to do, like my small part to make all of this end faster, I'm willing to do it. If they told us, "Hey, you guys have to lock up for 6 months and then this can be over in 7." I would take that in a heartbeat. I don't mind. I could lock up for that long. If that's what it takes for this to end faster, I am willing to do it because I just want it to be over with, but I can't dread on it. You know?
Yeah, I think when you have hopes, you like there's always going to either be a backfire or it's going to have a good result. So
Yeah.
to have goals is different because you know there's going to be a good result when you get that goal.
Mhm.
But when you
Of
have
course.
hopes, there's always a chance it's gonna backfire, like I said. But I never really had hopes personally for this pandemic. I never did what you did, but I did have a goal of picking something new up to get my mind off certain things. No matter what it would just be like a kind of like a coping mechanism.
Mhm.
So, for instance, I started playing the guitar recently. Like I know Alyssa plays the uke, but I started playing the guitar, and she did offer me. She's like, you should play the uke," and I was like, uh,
I
let me
play a
go play
mini
the guitar."
guitar.
Yeah, that's basically
Mini
what it is.
guitar.
A mini guitar.
It's
So
It's a
made
yeah,
for me.
I picked up the
portable
guitar.
guitar.
A portable. Yeah, no, it basically is. So I'm just self learning that, and it's actually really fun, and it's taken my mind off a lot of things,
Mhm.
and it's just filled it with better things.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
I definitely picked up some new hobbies.
I think that something that changed over this pandemic, and I don't know, I know this goes for Amelia. I don't know about Kaylee because Kaylee's a good child, but
What? I mean, yeah.
our sleep schedules
Oh
during the
my
summer.
god, don't even bring it
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yeah, that
And what do
happened.
you mean during the summer? My sleep schedule is still messed up.
I
Ever since
mean,
the
Yeah.
beginning of this pandemic, my
Amelia's
sleep
schedule was
schedule
never normal. It was never ever normal.
at
Like when she was
when
born,
no.
it was never normal.
No. When we were going to school, my sleep schedule was fine. I'd be in bed by 11, waking up ready for school. But now that I have online classes, I go to sleep at like 3 and wake up at 7. And I know Alyssa does the same thing.
okay,
Alyssa,
wait,
I'm gonna
hold
call
on.
you out here. I'm gonna call you out here.
Listen, during the summer, it was worse during the summer. Just whatever you're thinking, think it like 5 times worse, you know? But now it's kind of better because now I have school and now I know I have to wake up because I'm a very heavy sleeper. So it's very difficult for me to wake up at like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And I don't know. It's just I'm trying to force myself to go to sleep early. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it doesn't because it takes a long time for me to like just fall asleep.
Yeah, Alyssa, I don't think I've ever seen you fall asleep during a sleepover. Like, I have never
Oh
seen
yeah,
you
no.
actually
No, no, no,
sleep.
no, no. Alyssa goes
This girl
she
would come in with, like, an iPad, a laptop, like,
Stop.
a first aid kit. Like, she
That's
was
the mom
prepared for, like,
side.
a s yeah, but she was prepared for, like, a deathly sleepover.
yeah.
Like,
She was
you were
always
like,
ready.
"If someone dies, I got it, guys.
But
Don't worry."
even if everyone else fell asleep, if everyone else in the whole house is sleeping, Alyssa will still be awake.
Alyssa would still be up. It's
I
literally physically impossible for you to fall asleep during a
I
sleepover.
see, I'm the opposite.
No, I'm the opposite,
At
Amelia.
my own house, I cannot fall asleep before like 3. But when I'm at a sleepover, I'm one of like the first people asleep. It's insane.
Oh, no, 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 no. I'm the first person to sleep.
Yeah, okay. But sometimes we switch cuz I know there
Yeah,
have been
that's true,
times
that's
where
true.
I fall asleep before you.
I think it's
We
because I'm on my
we do
phone.
switch.
Yeah.
That's probably but what happens is, like, Amelia and I, we will switch because I remember sometimes you'll wake up and you'll eat something, like, when you ate salsa at, like, 4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my, don't even get me started.
4:44.
4:44
4:44,
and
4:44, yeah.
while I was crying about something
You were
too.
crying about something, yeah. I
I
remember
can't remember
waking up and
what.
seeing you. I remember waking up and seeing you and be like, "Oh, yeah, that's normal." And then I went back to
And
sleep.
you went back to sleep. And then we
Yeah.
had to wake up at 7.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Because we all had to do something the next day, and it was dreadful. But see, now back then it was so hard for me to like get through the day that day because I was exhausted. But now going to sleep at 4, waking up at 7 for me is completely normal. Like
3
Because
hours
I
sleep, 3 hours
function.
sleep.
It may have to do with my Red Bull addiction, but I can function.
oh,
You
no, no,
know?
definitely not, 100% not. No, 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 no. It's
Oh
not
no,
not
no,
Red
it's
Bull.
not the Red
Nah,
Bull keeping me
look,
up.
no, yeah, it's
No,
not the
no,
Red
no,
Bull.
no,
No, no way, no
no.
way. See,
I
Point
my
of this
schedule, though, is pretty normal, though. Like, I mean, I do stay up till, like, 2 a.m. sometimes, but I normally go to sleep at, like, 11, like a
yeah.
normal child. Well, I'm probably not normal because normal people would probably stay up till 4 a.m. as well.
Yeah, the point is, the pandemic messed mine and Alyssa's sleep schedule up big
and
time.
and get sleep, get sleep. Sleep
Get
is
sleep,
important.
yes, please
Sleep is
don't do what
super
we're doing.
important. Y
I
y
don't,
no one's gonna take that advice. You know people
I
are gonna
don't
be
think I gained any hobbies during the pandemic. Honestly,
Besides, like,
I
5 video games, yeah.
besides
Yeah.
getting really into video games, I don't think I gained anything. I don't play an instrument. I I don't paint, I don't draw, I don't do anything besides play video games. But again, I am very happy I play video games. As like cringy as that sounds, I have met so many cool people through video games. I have met such a nice
Same
community.
here.
They're
I yeah.
they're the best. It's the best community. And I think that could be considered a hobby I picked up. Yeah.
No, yeah, that is a hobby you picked up.
Yeah,
And
and now it's
it's a good hobby too because it makes you happy.
like I've always played games. I've always played like Minecraft as a kid, but now I play a bunch. Like I'm spending a bunch of money on my setup just so I can play
Yeah.
more.
Amelia, what did you just get that add to your collection?
Thank you. I got my Quest 2, my Oculus Quest 2, so I
What
can
is
play
that,
Oh,
VR.
wow.
Amelia? What is
It's
that?
it's a VR headset, so I can play VR chat. For Christmas, I'm gonna be getting full body tracking, which I'm so excited for.
Ooh.
I am
Dude.
unbelievably excited. But
I'm not because when I play with you, it's gonna be so weird.
I'm just gonna kick you all the time.
Yeah, I know. Oh
But
god,
I
I'm not
am
ready for it.
very thankful for all the people I've met and everything, just in general. From, as I was saying, the pandemic sucks, but it's opened so many opportunities like this for me. And that's why I'm happy it happened. But then again,
Yeah.
it sucks to go through. Like I wish it didn't happen because then we wouldn't have so many losses. But
In
I
other words, I kind of glad it did because all these different opportunities I wouldn't have had. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I just the only thing I wish it didn't happen is because how many people we've lost and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely been a big part of it.
That's the part that I wish it never happened. So that specific part would have never
That
happened.
yeah, it's that part because
Yeah,
I mean I've we've all had some losses.
yeah, we've all went through it. Luckily, we all found ways to stay connected together. Like
Yes,
specifically the three of us and many other friends. We found great ways to do it. Even if we can't hang out together, we found ways to call every day and play games together. And I think my biggest advice for people, if you're struggling to reach out to your friends because you're anxious about everything going on, or if you're feeling any emotion that's keeping you back from doing anything you want to do, I would say find it somewhere in you to reach out to at least one person, because from there, you'll be able to build off of that. If you find one person that is willing to just talk to you and hang out with you, like, I mean, through a call, not in person because pandemic, but reach out to that one person and then you'll meet many others. And then you'll slowly notice that it's not that bad. You're not alone. And even if that one person is us, like, you could
Yeah,
always reach out to
exactly.
us and we'll always be there. I
No, yeah,
just
that's all the way true.
yeah, just always make sure, that if you're feeling upset or anxious about anything going on in the world, reach out to someone and they will be there to help you. That is the biggest thing to know.
Yeah. I
Be
think I got
aware.
through this
Yeah.
pandemic because I talked to these 2 girls right here, but also, like, I was with my family more, so
Yeah, your
it just
Yeah.
family, they're
grows
always there.
relationships and friendships, because 'cause you're spending more time with, like, the people you love.
Mhm.
Yep.
I think, as awful as this is, it is something we all are gonna be able to get through. We'll all
Together.
get through it.
Yep.
Yeah, together.
Just keep your heads up, because at the end of the day, there's always something to be happy about.
Exactly.
There's
Exactly.
always just one thing, even if it's like, yes, I'm so happy. I am literally so happy that guy uploaded that stream today for that video game. Like, I'm so happy.
Find those little things and expand them.
Yep,
And then it
that's
won't
exactly
seem
the
as
best way to
bad
put
as
it,
it
actually.
is. It won't seem as bad as it is. And that's the key to getting through this. Of course, stay safe. That's also a big part of
That's
it.
also a big part. Yeah.
Make sure you wear your mask, sanitize, social
Social
distance.
distance. Oh my gosh.
Ah, jinx.
Tell
And
mine.
if you're feeling sick, make sure to get tested. Check for symptoms. Always look for any common signs. And if you think that you're possibly even slightly sick, just self quarantine. It's 2 weeks. You can get through it. Always get tested
We've
if
literally all been doing it
available.
for almost a year. So you got this.
You got this. You can do it. As hard as it is, you can do it. We
We
believe in
believe
you.
in you. Oh
We
my
believe in
gosh.
Oh,
you.
Miss Alyssa.
Dude, you guys,
We're-
what
We have
wavelength are you on?
synergy today. That
yes.
synergy.
We're on the
on,
same
on
wavelength.
that good note, we're gonna leave you off.
So just
We'll see you
remember,
guys next
stay
Sunday,
safe.
6 p.m. EST.
Stay
So
safe, guys.
stay safe, and
We
we'll see you
love
next time.
you. Mwah.
We
We
love
Mwah.
love
you.
you.
We love you. Stay safe.
Woo! If you want to support us, you should follow our socials. Our website is akapodcast.carrd.co. There you can join our Discord and sign up for our email. Our Instagram is A.K.A. Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at a.k.a. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.